In Japan, we say so.
Oh. All
Everyone
different.
is
All different. It's surprising. Indonesian language is has more similarities than I thought with French language.
Today we're gonna try and pronounce the Marvel characters in 4 different languages.
Yep.
I don't know anything.
I like superhero power thing.
I don't know the difference between Marvel and DC.
I don't know either about that, but I just like if there is superpower, I like it. But I mean, it's true. I love some power thing and everything. But in French movies, they don't have this kind of thing. I don't really watch French movies, but if there was superpower, I would watch it. So I don't know. Compared to Americans, it was like really extra.
Yeah.
It's like really.
They have high budgets for the movies.
Yeah,
and, everyone I know loves Marvel. When I think it was Endgame, is that Marvel? When that came out, everyone was talking about it for my whole TikTok For You page was just Endgame, Endgame, Endgame. And I was like, I don't care.
For Indonesia, I think they watch Marvel and DC also, but for me especially, I don't watch them, so I know just a little bit about them.
일본에서도 마블 영화 인기가 많아요. 스파이더맨 그건 재밌게 봤어요.
I just know the Spiderman song, the Sunflower.
Oh, the Post Malone.
Yeah, the Post Malone one.
In America, we say Iron Man.
In Indonesia, we say Iron Man.
In Japan, we say Iron Man.
In France, we say Iron Man.
In Japan, you speak like the character, the Anpangman. Sounds like Anpangman to me.
It's just Iron Man. Also, A is A. So we say man and not like man. Also, this is different.
They pronounce the O in Iron Man like Iron Man or like in America we sometimes our O's will sound like E, like Iron Man instead of Iron Man. So I'm the only one here who was like iron with an E rather than with an O.
Yeah.
In America we say Thor.
In Indonesia, we say Thor.
In Japan, we say so.
In France, we say Thor. It's all
Everyone
different.
is
All different. The most different one.
So.
I mean, personally, mine makes sense because T is T. We don't have H in France. In French we just don't pronounce H, and then OR, and R is very strong, so it makes sense. There's no one sound.
It's kind of be funny if Japanese say so Thor, so.
In America we say Captain America.
In Indonesia, we say Captain America.
In Japan, we say Captain America.
In France, we say Captain America.
이번에 일본. Same with Japan. It's pronounced.
Yeah, sometimes it's really different, and I guess sometimes it's just they're lazy to just change it too much, so just make it the same way.
In America we say Black Panther.
In Indonesia, we say Black Panther.
In Japan, we say Black Panther.
In France, we say Black Panther.
Again, Japan, they pronounce T is S, I guess, like Thor, and Panther and Panza.
We still have different words.
Yeah.
In America we say Ant-Man.
In Indonesia, we say Ant-Man.
In Japan, we say Ant-Man.
In France, we say Ant-Man.
I never watched the Ant-Man song.
Yeah, this one I'm not really familiar with.
I just know that the hero is so tiny.
I think he shrank.
Because it's ant.
Yeah, but it makes sense. Yeah.
I was really shocked at Japan's because it kind of sounded like Ottoman to me, which is like the thing you put your feet on when you're sitting out. So I was really shocked at that, but I wasn't really too shocked at France or Indonesia given their language structure or their lettering patterns. So I was expecting France to make Ant-Man instead of Ant-Man.
I don't know. They maybe call it Ant-Man or Ant-Man, or I don't know. Makes sense that they call it man because of it, and it would make sense that they call it Ant-Man. We're gonna see in the comments. I have no idea.
In America, we say HawkEye.
In Indonesia, we say HawkEye.
In Japan, we say HawkEye.
French people would call it HawkEye, but I'm not really sure how to say it.
I think because none of us really know who Hawkeye is, I was kind of expecting us to all say the same thing, just because he's kind of a more unknown character, so I wouldn't expect him to have like a different name in every other country compared to someone with a little bit more fame. In America, we say Black Widow.
In Indonesia, we say Black Widow.
In Japan, we say Black Widow.
In France, we say Black Widow.
This time almost similar.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if maybe some actually do the exact translation to French, which will be Aveugle Noir, but I'm not really sure if they do. They might keep it English.
Yeah.
Same as everything, I feel like we kind of almost always have a French translation to characters' names sometimes because it means something. Like Hawkeye, like saying there might be, but I don't know. I don't think that would look strange. I don't think they call it by the French way. But L'Aveugle Noir, I heard it like that once.
In America, we say Thanos.
In Indonesia, we say Thanos.
In Japan, we say Thanos.
In France, we say Thanos.
Again, Japan.
Again, because of the H. I guess if we had the H with T, we would use like th sound.
For Indonesia, it's T with H. We just throw away the H, so it's just Thanos.
Oh, do you actually also don't pronounce H usually?
Actually, in Indonesia itself, there is no the H thingy, like the T and H together.
How about like CH? You don't have like CH sound, like chocolate.
Yeah, we don't have it. We just pronounce it as chocolate. Chocolate.
That's surprising. Like Indonesian language is has more similarities than I thought with French language.
I think because Marvel is made in America, the names kind of follow our language rules. So they're probably a lot shorter for us because like you look at it like, oh yeah, that's Thanos. But in other countries like in Indonesia and France, you're like, well, we don't say H, so we gotta change it. And then like Japan doesn't say T, so they gotta change it to S. So it's just like simpler in America just because like we made the name. So like it'd be the same like if France made the movie, we would all have to like kind of change it a little bit. So I'm not that surprised that the American version is a lot shorter compared to other countries. In America, we say Avengers.
In Indonesia, we say Avenger.
In Japan, we say Avengers.
In France, we say Avengers.
All similar again.
Yeah.
인도네시아만 살짝 조금
Avengers.
다른 것 같아요. 뭔가 자라스 이렇게 아벤자스인데 아벤자라스 뭔가 이런 식으로 약간.
I think it's because the R, we pronounce the R fluently like R, so Avengers. Wow.
And that was fun. Like again, they're like seeing the differences and similarities. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's fun. It's surprising sometimes.
I think it was kind of predictable that the American version would just be plain and simple, but I really wasn't expecting all the differences in the other 3 languages. So I feel like I learned a lot about French, Indonesian, and Japanese just from this session.
And I think how Indonesian pronounces similar with the French pronounces. So yeah,
It's
kind of surprising.
Yeah.
일본은 발음이 좀 TH를 S로 발음한다거나 그런 부분이 좀 많이 달랐고 그냥 캡틴 아메리카, 어벤져스 그런 거는 뭔가 비슷한 것 같기도 하는데 뭔가 처음부터 약간 발음이 일본식으로 되어 있는 것 같아요.
So today we try to pronounce Marvel superhero in 4 different languages.
So if you liked the video,
Like, subscribe, and comment down below.
We will see you next time.
Bye-bye!